Hello, I am Paula Bennett and welcome to my New Zealand Herald podcast, Ask Me Anything. One thing I've learned in life is it's never too late to learn something new. So on this podcast, I talk to people from all walks of life to hear about how they got to where they are and get some advice and guidance on some of life's biggest questions. Today, a fan of true crime, so much so that he's made a parody podcast about it. It's very good too. Tom Sainsbury's Small Town Scandal is back for season 3, and I'm very excited to have comedian, film director, actor, writer, friend, the very talented Tom Sainsbury back in for a chat.
Hi, Paula.
Hi, Tom.
Lovely to see you again.
It's good to see you too. We look exactly the same.
We look exactly the same.
I was trying to
Gorgeous skin, Paula.
I was trying to remember how many years.
So we would have been on stage. We would be. It was either recording this or it was doing Give Us a Clue. Would have been Give Us a Clue Christmas.
Yeah, we did that
5 years ago.
Yeah, but I was trying to remember when you started taking the mickey out of me.
Yeah, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
2017. Yeah, I was Deputy Prime Minister.
That's right.
Yeah.
2017 to 2021.
Yeah.
We had a long parasocial relationship. And here we still are.
Here we still are. Okay, quickfire.
Yes.
What's something people don't know about you?
Oh, okay, just quick fire. Okay, people think I'm much more of a party kind of person than I actually am, and they think that I'd love to go out and have a drink and all that kind of stuff, but I'm much more kind of shy, retiring, and an introvert.
Yeah.
You do sometimes, right?
Me too. God, yeah.
Yeah. But yes, people assume that I'm much more the life of the party and like entertain the whole group.
Yeah.
No.
I would go out in an evening once every 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. For me, every 3 weeks is pretty good.
Yeah.
But also, we're around people all the time. I don't know if you find this, but we're around people all the time. The last thing you want to do at the end of the day is go and hang out with a bigger bunch of people.
And because of kind of what we do, and then because you are thought of as the bigger, the personality and all the rest of it. So I give a lot. So I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I've lifted a whole room and I've given you I go to work and I give energy.
100%.
And so it's like, I need to regroup.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could travel in time,
yes,
would you go to the past or would you go to the future?
I would go to the future. I love the past, love history and stuff, but I am really curious about what's it's going to be. And I'm a big fan of like sci-fi and what's the future like. And I'd love to see what the technology is like and all that kind of carry on. And even if it's disastrous, I want to be there and see.
Do you? Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it could be lights out.
It could be lights out. It could be utopia. That's what we're all hoping for, though, isn't it?
We are.
Yeah.
Being waited on by robots and
yes, that are working for us.
Sitting around
not
slim, fit.
Exactly.
Because they've come up with things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's start with the podcast.
Okay.
Because I love it.
Thank you.
I haven't listened to season 3 yet.
No, it's just
saving
come out.
it.
Good.
Yep, saving it.
Great.
Because, we all like a binge too. iHeartRadio. So we're going to tell people on all platforms, just go and put in Tom Sainsbury, but Small Town Scandal.
Small Town Scandal. I was so surprised that Small Town Scandal's the title hadn't been used. Like you would assume, is that a phrase that you've kind of heard, Small Town Scandal?
Sure.
Yeah, and no one, I was like, let's call it that. And no one had called anything that. There's no intellectual property called Small Town Scandal.
Wow.
Like it really struck gold here.
So, because small towns are, I grew up in a village.
Yeah.
And we all knew everything, half of which was probably true. And half of which wasn't.
Half of which is exaggerated, but also kind of very, the scandals can sometimes go quite unique and sometimes seedy or very kind of weird and complicated. It's all wonderful. And I've just been doing a tour around the country promoting the podcast and people have come up to me going, you need to hear the scandals in gore.
Okay, talk us through the storyline for this season.
Premise of this one. So I've done 2 seasons, so it's become like an anthology, I guess you could say. So this is a whole new bunch of characters, a whole new And I'm voicing every character, but the first podcast, first season, I had 43 characters or something. I've got this one down into the 30s. And this one is about a golfing podcaster who happens to find a skull beneath the 18th green of his local golf course. And he sets out on a kind of a quest journey to find out who the skull belonged to. He thinks it might be something to do with him and his past, but he's trying to work it all out.
And what's his personality like? Because you do,
Good. So
because it was Toby?
So Toby was the Australian from the first
Yeah.
who was a bit kind of galumphing and kind of like falling through life. But so Hugh Winterblythe, how do you do? I'm Hugh Winterblythe. And he's the youngest of three. So he's got two older sisters. They're dote on him and his parents. And then so he went to boarding school in the UK when he was, shipped off when he was 5. And so he's a bit of a party boy, doesn't really know much about work, and he loves golf.
All right, I love it. So how do you do it? So do you sit down and write the script as such?
Yeah.
How many episodes?
There are 8 episodes, and they're all like half an hour, 25 to.
So that's a lot.
It is. Yeah, it is a lot. I learnt so much from the first 2 on how to kind of weave a story. So you plot the whole story out, and then you start writing it. And then when you record it, you just focus on a character at a time, because otherwise your mind goes into a soup. Like I can't read from beginning to end and just jump from character to character.
No, that would be because there's like 37
Bedlam. That's right.
characters.
So you go a bit crazy.
And you're doing women as well as men as well.
Women as well as men, and no, just humans this time. I think I've only ever played humans, have I? Anyway.
You're asking.
I know. Yes, women, men, young, old, past, present. So some of the characters, like Hugh, there's recorded footage of him when he was younger. So you also have to kind of de-age people as well. It's all very technical.
And so to form your characters, do you form the character in your mind as you're writing that script, so that when you are doing the voices and when you're doing the character, you've almost got a backstory to them in your head? Or
or you kind of with the main characters you do, and then with the smaller characters I kind of prep before recording of just finding where they are in your body, and then you just kind of stand however they kind of stand, and that kind of helps with everything that you kind of that helps kind of carry the character. But the main characters, they're fully thought out in my head.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then it's the level of detail that I think, particularly with the first one, that just, describing the Formica table. Is it Formica?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Formica table and the pen and like listening, I can literally picture the room, the person.
Formica tables are just so
small town batch,
like probably from the 70s and 60s, but they're still around. They were made then, and they've sometimes got metal legs.
Yeah.
And I can Formica has got a particular interest. It's got a particular place in my heart, Formica. So whenever I can mention Formica, I do. So thank you for picking that up.
There's so many laugh out loud moments, and sometimes they're not the in-your-face humour. Isn't it? It's things like that.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Like it's more because when I do short form comedy, you've got to hit the laughs quick and fast. But with this one here, you've also got to 25 minutes is a long time to sustain people's attention. And so you really have to kind of weave through the story and just have some, of course I want funnies in there, but you just kind of, the story has to take over. And if you've got quickie observations in there, then I enjoy that.
Okay, let's talk about, so the podcast is being turned into a movie?
To a TV show. That's right.
Okay, that's damned exciting.
That's damned exciting. Yeah, it is damned exciting. So the first season has been adapted for the screen, so it's going to be 8 episodes, taking that first season, and it's tonally very similar, but we've had to kind of rejig all the story and stuff and reinvestigate it, because with the original one, it was just me kind of writing it by myself, but we got a team of writers. And we were talking about me playing all the characters, but it would have been a logistical nightmare.
Oh, imagine.
So I'm just playing the lead, Toby, and we've got a whole cast.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the cast.
Yeah.
How exciting.
So if you're...
I wanted the part of the girlfriend, but it's okay.
Paula,
It's
if
okay.
Paula, if we're getting second season and you just said that, you are going to have a day on set playing a part.
I'm going
to cameo.
Yeah.
Okay, agree.
Okay. All right, now, but anyway, you've got people far more interesting than me. So, no, you do. How exciting. Tell me about them.
So playing my mother, we've got Felicity Kendall.
Yeah.
So people might know her from the 70s and 80s. She was on a sitcom called The Good Life. And so we kind of reached out to her because we got BBC in talks, and they said, we'll give you some money and we'll help jump on board if you can get a British actor involved. That's kind of how the business works. And so we kind of reached out to her. I was like, and she's like, yeah, great. She's like, it'll be tricky to come over to New Zealand. So we flew over to the UK, me and the producer, and had a UK crew, and we filmed in a house that we sold as like, we shot London for New Zealand, all inside. And then at the same time, my friend Rose Matafeo, who's in Kiwi, but she lives over there, she came in to play my cousin.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we had the three of us in this tiny, it was the best house we could find, but it was tiny, three of us going crazy in this little living room.
Did you have to take some Kiwiana over with you?
Yeah. Well, amazingly, the art director that we had there was a Kiwi, and she had all this kind of stuff. So we had kind of like, native birds on the walls and things like that. So it was really, we could sell it.
Wow. And so, as you say, it's been picked up overseas, so yes.
BBC's, yeah. So just for clarification, so BBC, there's the BBC production and then there's BBC. So it won't necessarily be screened on BBC, but BBC are the kind of production houses, so kind of a Warner Brothers situation.
God, did you ever think you'd be doing something like this?
Did I? No. But I mean, that's the thing.
You're always going to do a series or something. I can totally see that in you. But, it seems extraordinary for a podcast like you do where you're playing, in that first one over 40 different characters and everything else, to actually someone literally see that being on screen is just unique.
It's unique and bonkers. And also, Paula, like pre-planning any of this, like when I kind of started out and thinking about comedy, things like Snapchat, Instagram, none of this existed. So the concept of it, that's why I want to go to the future to see what entertainment's like then. But you're like, you can't prepare for that. You can't, when I was in my teens, I can't go, one day I'm going to have an online presence. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And have videos. And then I'm going to have a podcast?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Podcasts, when did they become a thing?
Do you think that growing up in Matamata helped with the small town scandal?
Of course.
It just has to, right?
Yes, of course. And so much of it folds in, the characters, the tone, everything kind of folds into it.
Yeah, I love it.
You can take the boy out of the small and the girl out of the small town, but you can't.
No, it's always there.
It's always there.
And so when can people expect to see it?
So it'll be in the first February-ish next year.
Wow, that's soon.
Yeah, so we filmed it earlier this year, but so it's been a long editing process, but early next year.
Yeah. Okay, I'm very excited. Very excited to see it. Okay, Tom, you're such a busy man. Yes. Lots on the go. So let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll chat about all the other things you're up to.
Perfect.
Okay, I am back with Tom Sainsbury. How exciting. We're going to get some key advice.
Yeah, great.
Okay, on just everything.
Great.
Let's just, you and I, solve
I'd
the
love
problems. That. Okay, let's talk about how varied your career is, because you do almost everything in the arts and entertainment space. Why?
What? God, that's a really good question. Because it's all, I guess I get bored easily, or like even though I'm a scared person, challenges still attract me. Like I started off with theatre, but kind of going back to theatre, I'm like, I've kind of clocked that. I get it. Let's move on to the next thing that's a little bit more challenging and try and, I guess I'm a sucker for punishment. Also, I love all of the things. I love art. I love comedy. I love film. I love TV. I love reading, all that stuff.
And you probably kind of need to in the entertainment business in New Zealand.
That's a very good point.
It's small,
the practical
right?
is practical, yes. You do have to branch out. You have to do everything, voiceovers, ads, TV, everything. Yep.
Yeah, you do. Yep. So as part of that, you just saying yes? How much of it is the opportunities coming to you and you say yes, and how much of it is actually you coming up with the idea, like the podcast.
Good call. The podcast originally happened. So, the producer at iHeartRadio said, "We'd love a podcast. Like, pitch me your ideas." And so, he was thinking I was going to do like an interview kind of situation, but I was like, "I've got this idea," and so he went for it. I think it's half and half. So yeah, so many of them are my own ideas, kind of pushing it forward, and then just randomly, sometimes these amazing one day kind of gigs come up that someone's offering to me. Yeah.
Or and I'm not a particularly spiritual person, but I do think there's something in putting something out in the universe.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for change, or I'm ready for something that surprises me.
100%.
And then, that kind of either you're talking to the right person and you're saying that, and then it starts manifesting itself.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is quite exciting. So do you ever say no?
Oh, look, I'm learning to, and I've hired because I'm terrible at comms and communication. I've got an EA, assistant who helps me like a couple of hours a week just going through my emails, and she's very good at going, Tom, do you really want to do this? So I do. I'm learning to say no. Because
you say, I used to, I'd say yes. And then when I'm a few days out, I'm like, why?
I know. And that noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, Paula.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, why did I commit to that?
Yeah, and EAs are good. Like, I know there's the odd time I'll, email or text and say, you'll see the email that's got blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I've said yes. And then the next day I'll see her and I'll say, are you doing it? And she goes, oh, no, I went back and said no.
God.
And she said, because it's me that I'm going to have to deal with you 2 days beforehand.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, you're brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you learnt how to say no?
Yeah, well, sometimes I fall into the I'm double booked, or sometimes I have the white lie. But yes, we bounce back and forth with the best way to do it. It's always good to be gracious with it.
I've gotten good at it.
Yeah,
I had to practice. Blunt but polite.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for thinking of me. It's not something that I want to explore at the moment. I wish you all the best.
Well, see, that's so great, and it's also really good. Yeah.
And you're putting a line, I don't want to.
I know.
So it's kind of, because who hasn't done that? Oh, I just can't make that date.
Know.
Oh, we'll change it for you. Then what do you do?
I know.
When you really didn't want to do it?
Yep.
And you've got yourself into that. And people actually appreciate a blunt yes or no, because they'll just move on to the next person.
When I receive blunt yes or no's, I'm like, clear, that's what it is, so I understand. So, yeah, I've got to get better.
And it's not about you.
No.
Like, because it's not.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
There's not many people anyway. Okay. So we've talked about the variety, and I love that. So what do you want to focus your future on? Do you, because as I say, we've got stand-up, we've got TV, we've got theatre, we've got film directing, we've got podcasts.
Yeah.
We've got it all going on.
Yeah. What I would dream of is like, hopefully that the first season of the TV show goes well, and then it becomes the second season with a cameo from Paula Bennett. And that would be a focus. Like, I'm just like, well, what are the next projects for next year? But I just love big ideas and science fiction and things like that. Like, a dream would be just to dedicate time to some kind of science fiction world. I know that's bonkers. I know.
I think that the show's going to go really, really well.
Thank you.
Because I think we're looking for something different. Like someone that stays in most evenings.
Yes.
Like, don't get me wrong, I watch a lot and I do all of that, but I'm a bit like, oh God, have I seen this? And then I'm like, oh no, I haven't. But it's yet another, not true crime, but a crime show that's got someone running around and who you're working out who the bad person is.
Yeah.
And, and it's just like, oh, is it all getting a bit predictable?
I agree. I think because I am critical of everything. I think with this TV show, though, is it's like entertain. You can easily sit down and watch it, binge it. It's over in 4 hours and you've enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think. It's just going to be something unique that we haven't seen before, which will be, that's okay. I'm putting it out to the universe.
Yeah, you are. Thank you.
You see, that's what we do. So if you had to choose one thing, would it be like TV sci-fi?
Yeah, I know.
What would your character be?
It's so weird.
I don't
even know if I'd be in it. I think I would create the world and get other actors to be in it. It's so like, I'm not doing anything to achieve this goal.
No,
Paula,
okay.
But there we go. Okay. I'm putting it out there.
No, that's right. So a lot of your career has been around parodies. It's kind of how you took off.
That's right.
And we discussed at the beginning,
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I owe my career to this one.
no, I don't know about that. But is it, like, I know we've sort of talked about it in the past, but how much do you study the person to then come up with the parody, with the funny, with
It's I'm not the best at it, and it is a skill that you have to keep training. It's just listening to it again and again and again, their voice, and then trying to get this. If you get one or two of their kind of vocal quirks or body quirks, then you can fold that in, and that's sometimes enough.
Yeah. So was mine just kind of so obvious?
Yours was Sweeties. I think when you said Sweetie.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. And I don't know how many times I listened to Listen Sweetie.
Wow. It's still out there, which is funny, eh?
It is.
Someone sent me a picture of a piece of art that was Zip It Sweetie.
Yeah.
Like, it was quite funny that I was like, wow. Oh, and I was doing a charity auction, and at the end I'm trying to get more money for the charity, obviously, and I'm playing these two people off, and these people that really wanted it just looked up and yelled out, "Zip it, sweetie."
It's because it's such a unique phrase.
I don't know where it came from either. It wasn't something I'd prepared.
I love it.
But you do talk about, and I know the first time that we met in person, you were shy and I don't know, is anxious the right word about how it would be received? So is that weird to do parodies of people and you are one of the nicest guys and you actually don't want to annoy people?
Yeah. It is weird, and sometimes there's an impulse in me to do things, not even just with this. There's an impulsive streak in me that I need to temper sometimes, like saying things or doing things in the heat of the moment. But with the is it weird meeting them? Oh, it is. You just don't know how they react. But when they react well, it's the best thing in the world.
Oh,
and then you meet
nice.
them, and then you love. Yeah, like when I met you, it was 5 minutes, and you're like, she's fantastic. Well, I always knew. That's always the thing, though. When I am parodying these people, there's so much love in that as well with each of these, like each of the characters. I don't tend to hate people.
Well, you're not a hater.
Not a hater,
not really
yeah.
nature, is it?
No, but it is, it is a anxiety-inducing thing.
So you're still doing a lot of your characters.
Yes.
But you're not doing as many
politicians.
Or personalities as real personalities.
That's right, yeah.
Why?
Good question. There are two reasons. One of them, there's a line where I'm like, there's a line when I do it where I know there's still love behind it, and it's usually about what they're saying and doing rather than who they are as people. That's my line, right? But sometimes there would be comments underneath, and that was so kind of vitriolic and toxic that I would curate. And in the end, I'm like, I just don't want to put this out in the world if people are using it as to create hatred and
I didn't read the comments, by the way.
Yeah. I'm like,
about me. Yeah, I was just I think, did it once a little and then you think, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, and I would kind of go through and delete the nasty ones. And then at the same time as that is I've really kind of, my audience is actually strangely bigger in Australia at the moment, and there's quite a few in the UK, and I know lots of them are expats, but sometimes kind of local references just don't hit the mark with them. So
because they're not watching the news.
They're not watching the local news.
And seeing the stories and getting that kind of character.
Reference,
And a lot of work, as you say, because you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to do it. No, I know that makes sense. Okay, is performing easier than social interactions for you? You've talked about, let's explore that sort of shyness a little bit more. Performing, you can be someone else.
That's right. And then there's also like you are yourself essentially when you're doing stand-up, but you're still performing, as I'm sure when you're going on stage too, you are putting on a performance of who you are as well. So yes, performance is easier.
Yeah, because you're still who you are.
Yeah.
but you're adjusting yourself for the audience
Yes.
and the moment.
That's right.
Which is appealing, right? Christmas is coming in a couple of
Yes.
weeks. So you have a Christmas dance comedy show?
That's
What
right.
on earth is a Christmas dance comedy show?
Yeah. So I've got a company called Dynamotion and we do comedy dance. Now, that you might be thinking it's foolish, but we take it very seriously.
Do you?
So we've got 12 dancers. I would say 5 of them are professional dancers. The rest of us are comedians who are dancing.
Okay.
But I am a hard taskmaster and we get the dancing so good. But the storyline's very funny. So this is it's called A Christmas Crisis up here in Auckland at Q Theatre, and it's just a bonkers storyline following various kind of Santa and Mrs. Claus are breaking up, the elves are revolting, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the pantomime of, the UK pantomimes. We kind of brought it here with a bit of a darker edge.
I love pantomime.
Yeah.
I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race the other day, like you do.
Yes.
And they made them do a pantomime. And I just thought, I haven't seen one for ages. I just laughed and laughed and laughed.
Such a good way to see it at the end of the year, yeah.
Panto is great. Okay, so let's pitch that again. 20th of December.
Is our closing night. So when this comes out, there'll be one more week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got a week.
Yes.
And so they can just go and get tickets in the
From
normal
Q Theatre.
Yeah, from Q Theatre and go and see it. Well, I think I might.
Yeah, I think
I might give you my one evening.
Yes, and that'll be you for the end of the year.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Christmas, what are you doing for Christmas?
Masa with the family.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Lovely. And you might come up with another small town scandal.
You got it. Hopefully people, yep, totally.
Yeah, you just don't know. Okay, finally for the segment.
Yes.
I'd love to know what is the best advice you were ever given and who was it given to you by?
Okay, so they don't even know they gave it to me, and I don't live by it, but it's such good advice. It's from the Top Twins, and they say, tell the truth sooner. And I think it's so because often I'm in this situation where you're like, if only I'd told that person I couldn't do this, or, I stress and fret and don't want to disappoint people, so I hold off, but you've just got to tell the truth sooner.
Really like it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to take that on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. That is really good advice.
I know, but it's hard to live by. Tell the truth sooner. When you can do it, it's great.
Yeah.
It always just makes it. And also, when you kind of avoid the truth, it just comes out later, and then the question is why did you wait for so long?
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, no, good advice. Okay, we all know you're going to have lots. So here we go. This is your
so many
chance. And I've purposely kept the others a bit short so that you've got a little bit of time.
Thank you.
Okay, you may now interview me.
Fascinating. Everyone asks you about your future with politics, don't they? That's been asked a lot.
Yeah. I'm not going to do anything.
My other question is, what is a life lesson that's been really tricky, that you've had to learn repeatedly?
A life lesson that I've had to learn repeatedly. That's a good one. I suppose tell the truth sooner is great advice, but equally everyone doesn't need to know your opinion all of the time.
Great.
And I'd go through some things and I'd just think, God, you were boring. Did everyone need to know exactly what you thought?
Yeah, great.
And then, that's
a really good balance. Yeah, tell the truth sooner when it's necessary, but also you don't need to have your opinion. Yeah, sometimes it's better for everyone if you just keep mum.
Yeah, and I think I'm getting less tolerant as we get older. Everyone sort of says that, but so I kind of have this mantra of listen to people and be interested. Because you sort of start getting a bit dismissive and a bit,
Yes.
And then I'm like, well, actually, those people that are genuinely interested, well, you're very interested in other people.
Aren't you? Sometimes, but sometimes I can absolutely be dismissive. Or I make assumptions of people. I'm instantly, I don't know, there's on the surface there doesn't seem to be much interest or intrigue there or anything kind of different about you, but then usually you can dig and find something interesting.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, well, that's good advice.
Thank you. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, I really like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got so much happening. So So great to see you again, Tom. Where can people find out more? We've sort of talked about Q Theatre, but...
Instagram, in my bio, it's got everything.
Has it?
Yeah, it's got all the links.
So go and have a look, but check out the TV show.
TV show in February and Christmas Crisis at Q Theatre in Auckland.
Okay, and season 3 of the podcast.
Yes.
It's out now.
iHeartRadio and all the channels.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, that's fantastic. And that's it for another episode of Ask Me Anything. If you have enjoyed this episode, please follow Ask Me Anything on iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you check out, maybe you should go and listen to Tom's first one with me, because I've had fabulous past guests. So go and check them out. I'll be back next week. I'm Paula Bennett. Ask Me Anything. Goodbye.